when I was first asked to build a machine for this practitioner that I work with a lot, basically I sat down and went through the components of gas anesthesia. Okay, the first component to gas anesthesia is oxygen source. Okay, we've got that eliminated either three different ways: the small tanks, the bigger tanks, remote, where your tanks are in another room and it's piped into the surgery room. The next component is regulator and tank pressure. Okay, that's where this gauge comes in. It gives you tank pressure, and it's also the regulator to get it from 2,000 psi, which is a full tank, down to a manageable flow rate so that you don't overinflate the patient. The third component is your flow meter. Again, we talked about that. This particular gauge takes care of your flow meter. Much more accurate, much more titratable than what the old ones are. Also, if everybody in the clinic is on the same page and remembers to shut this gauge off at night, you're not going to come into the clinic the next morning and find your tank empty like with the old bubble gauges. They're notorious for continuing to run even when they say they're off. So you come in the morning, somebody's left the tank on, you find out you've used most of your oxygen the night before. The next one is, of course, the vaporizer. Three different types. Some people still have the halothane vaporizers out there. I don't know if you can even get halothane any longer. I've been told it's no longer available. You've got isoflurane, which is kind of the standard right now, and sevoflurane, which is coming around. Sevoflurane right now is where isoflurane was about 5 to 10 years ago. Expensive. And I don't know that there's any advantages to it over what we've got. All my machines right now are coming with a recalibrated isoflurane machine, doing very well with it. The next component is the patient delivery system. How are we going to get the oxygen and the anesthesia to the patient? Okay. The old way we had was with the long Y pieces, point source of your oxygen and anesthesia was 3 feet away from the patient because of where it entered the system at. Again, touching on all of the dead space that we had to overcome to get the patient to an acceptable plane of anesthesia. Where this delivery system comes right from the vaporizer, goes directly to the patient through the small tube, very little dead space. We've got the exhaust gases in this area here, a rebreathing bag that allows them, if they do take a deep breath, if this bag is inflated properly, it allows them enough volume to not draw in negative pressure into their lungs and cause problems that way. At the same rate, you got to watch that bag just like any of the old systems, that we don't have the system shut off and we get too much pressure in there because we'll allow the out, of course. The last component of gas anesthesia is exhaust gases. These have been around for some time. They are called an F-air canister. All they do is scavenge your isoflurane, your anesthetic agent, to keep it from going into the room, is all this does. Now in my clinic, I have an area set up where the machine is normally sitting at, where you plug this system right here into an outside wall so it goes directly to the outside. So you don't even have to deal with the canisters. These canisters need to be replaced. There's a thing on it that says after they gain 50 grams from when you put them in, you weigh them, you get rid of it after it weighs 50 grams more, put a new one on. They're under $10, so they're real cheap to use that if you don't have an outside area for exhausting.